Hey, we're 10-8. The number is 180 and the letter is G. My name is Mig, and I'm joined by my brother, and we are speaking to an empty room. Robert had some questions about belt balancing, right? And so he says, well, why couldn't you just do that? Doesn't that make significantly less... Doesn't that use significantly less stuff? And I would say, sure, it works great for if you're doing that when all of your stuff is on one side of the belt, right? So for instance, inserters always drop on the side of the belt far from them, unless you're playing modded, of course, but we're not. So for our intents and purposes, he's always going to put on the side of the belt that's far from him. So when you know everything is always going to be on one side of the belt, this kind of splitter, right, works pretty okay because one's going to go to one side and one's going to go to the other side, right? The items that go into the splitter stay on the same side of the belt, right? So if all of a sudden this went this way, right? One of the things you'd be looking at is it's still on the top of the belt. Let me clear this out, right? So when they're split like this and they're not like joining each other or anything like that, you notice everything's going to go in on the top of the belt. One for the top, one for the bottom belt on the top of the belt, one for the top, one for the bottom top, one for the top, one for the bottom top, blah, 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 blah. So if you know everything's going to be on one side of the belt, right, because you know what's going into the belt, then all you really, whoops, oh my goodness, I pushed the wrong button. Then all you need to do is that, right, and then you're going to balance a belt very nicely to have it on both sides of the belt. That works great if you know everything's on one side of the belt. But, for instance, one of the things that we could do, let me actually take some of this out, right? One of the other things that we could do is have, right, like, you know, this, right? It could be the case. Part of the reason why you want to do belt balancing is stuff like your miners. You're never going to have the exact same number of miners on each side, right? So for these guys, I can put some in here. For this guy, I can put some in here, right? Now we don't have an equal amount on the belt, right? So if we run this belt out a ways and I just zipper it, right, and pick everything up, you can see as it goes, right, it's not balanced. There's two on the top side of the belt and there's one on the bottom side of the belt. And as this collects, you can see very quickly that the top side of the belt backs up far more quickly than the bottom side of the belt. So when you need to balance, or when you want to balance, a belt that is not all on one side, right? Even if the belt is previously balanced, which why would you balance it if it was previously balanced? Then you need to actually do it with the type of configuration that I had done down below, which is essentially this. Whoops. There we go. And so what that does is it ensures that the top side, that all of the items split to the top belt go to the top side of the output belt. All of the items split to the bottom belt go to the bottom side of the belt, which means by definition, because the splitter splits evenly between the top belt and the bottom belt, that you will then have an even distribution of your output values on your output belt. Make sense?
Oh.
Ha-ha. So. Sounds good, yo. All right. Give me all my iron back, because that was kind of wasteful. All right, so how many amazing grenades do we have? 39 grenades. It's kind of crappy, yo. Not the fastest thing in the world. So I think one of the things that we'll do is we'll put another one up, because why not? One for you and one for me, or something. What am I doing? I'm doing this, right? Then I'm doing that. And I'm doing that and that and that. Oh, here's another thing that you can do. Like, when you are configuring the assembling machines, it's kind of annoying. You click on them and you got to dig through all of the digging things, and you got to like use the little menu thing, and you got to click on the thing that you want it to make. That's a big pain in the ass. One of the things that you can do is just go and shift, right? We haven't talked about shift clicking on things. If you shift right click on something, you can take its settings and basically copy settings into the little weird internal pad for it, right? And then paste them again. So I copied from the assembler down here the fact that it was trying to make grenades, and I copied it up to this guy, right? So he's making grenades too.
So you shift right click to copy and then shift left click to paste. You were breaking up a bit.
Yes, shift right click to copy, shift left click to paste. And now we got grenades.
Cool.
I like grenades. They do take a little while. So one of the things that we're going to want to do with our grenades is dig our way through these trees over here. Right, so what you can do, let me get my grenades out. If you notice, do you have a handful of grenades? Go grab some more grenades. Let's research other things too. Let's research tool belt. Tool belt's awesome, and it takes forever. So when you hold the grenades in your hand, you can see there's like a green circle that goes around you, right? Do you see that? All right, so that's the distance to which you can throw the grenades. If you throw the grenade close to yourself and it blows up close to yourself, guess what happens?
That would be painful, and my shiny new heavy armor would get smudged.
Yeah, and you'd have to eat a fish, right? So, 2 grenades will kill all the trees in the zone. So one of the things that you can do is just kind of... Do you see why it was very useful to go out and get our grenade tech? Alright, and pretty quickly we're going to get to free air over here, and we're going to have an awesome main bus, right? That was probably wasteful. Grenades are still fairly expensive, at least at the moment. It's a little bit difficult to make them, so try to be a little bit judicious about how you throw them around, but it's probably fine to just... You know, don't do little touch-up cleanups with them.
That's what the axe is for. You make parallel lines and clean up in between.
Right, that's what the axe is for, exactly. You know, if you want to be super persnickety about it, that's what the shotgun is for, but whatever. Groovy, still got a ton of wood.
That's the thing with these, just throwing the grenades at it, we're not actually collecting the wood from all of these.
Oh, correct, because I've got a ton of it. I don't want any more wood, right? Let's
then again, not many things really require wood other than those tiny wood chests.
Yep. And realistically, we're gonna move on to different kinds of chests eventually, but not immediately, kind of thing. But that's fine. Eventually, we'll get to logistics chests with robots that do. Oh, look out! Hello. Fire in the hole.
My biscuits are burning.
My biscuits are burning. Yeah, that's what you get for hanging out around Griffith Park, little man. There we go. So now, we have a nice freeway to let all of our pollution out. I'm missing things, but whatever. Groovy. So. Let me describe what we want to do with our... Actually, let me run over here and make sure that... I mean, we'll probably have to wind up blowing up some stuff over there too, but whatever. For now, this is fine. Let's look at what our main bus will look like. So horizontal or vertically over here, north and south, we're just gonna keep making stacks and stacks and stacks of things, right? And then we're gonna run their lines out west, and then probably a whole bunch of downward. And then we're gonna run the actual bus out here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a bus like maybe here. We're also going to want to take a bunch of splits from before we even get to the bus and go southward with it and do another science setup in the dense trees down there. So I'll probably start working on the dense trees in a little bit, but I want to talk about the bus. So the bus goes in groups of 4 with a spacing of 2. like this, and I think 3 cells is more than enough. So part of why it does this, and let's just kind of drag out these lines, right? So, yeah, let's go ahead and, thank you, Robert. These will be useful. These won't all be filled yet. Some of these lines will get filled with the things that we make a little bit further down on the bus. But for instance, oh, I need a lot more of these. Hold on, box. Okay, the top 4. Come on, give me one more. All right, the top 4. These are all iron. Just, you know, wire iron up to here. And let it be on all 4 lines, right? Because see how the double splitters, see the three splitters will split one line into 4. So that's fine. Eventually we're gonna have so many of these cells that we just try to keep. Nope, we're not doing that on these over here. So we're gonna want 4 lines of. Actually, you did want that last one there. We're gonna want 4 lines of iron, right? And then we're gonna want 2 lines of copper. Let me put a copper in here. There we go. Now you do have the alt on, so you can like see that there's copper in that chest right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, groovy. And so then these guys, let me see if I remember what these should be. I mean, it doesn't really matter for now. So, what do we do? Let's, is it 2 lines of steel or 1 line of steel? I think it's 1 line of steel. So let me put steel and take most of it out. So I'm not wasting my steel. This can be coal. Okay. And go ahead and just blow, you know, remove the boxes when you're done. And then for this one, we'll do stone. And then the one under it will be brick. I don't have any bricks in my hands, but...
I think I might. Or no, I don't. I'll go get some.
Well, hold on for a second. I'm gonna, you know, the next thing I'm gonna say is what I want you to do is wire up everything into these.
You've been cutting out a lot tonight on my end.
Yeah, maybe the internet connection's not all that great. It's been bouncing red a lot, so that's very unfortunate. It keeps bouncing between 30 megabit and 11 megabit, and when it drops like that, when the video overtakes my internet connection, I'll bet you it drops the audio for the audio app. Anyway, I want you to wire all these guys up, right? We're gonna leave these bottom 2 ones blank for now because we don't need them for now. It's gonna be like green circuits and plastic, I think. Oh yeah, and then we'll do batteries and other things, but whatever. But what I want to show you is how this works, right? The reason these guys are in gaps of 4 is because our underground belts go by 4s, right? So if I have something that takes, you know, iron and copper, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna pop a hole in that guy, right? And I'm gonna put a splitter here and I'm gonna pop a hole in this guy. Whoops. And I'll put, say, a splitter here. Right? And then I'm going to use an underground belt to do that. Right? And so now, what I've done here, now I've got copper and iron together on a belt that will go up here, and then I can use it in whatever assembling machines that I want up here. If the assembling machines are making things that go back onto the belt, then at some point they come back down here and they have a downward thing, right? And so then they would go, you know, here to here to here. You know, if this was to make like a new cell, right, it would go here and then around this way, you know, with an assembling machine in between here somewhere, right? Actually, you don't want them that close to the line. You want to start your assembling machines up a lot further, like up where I am here, but we'll get there eventually. We're not going to actually do anything here. We're just going to go ahead and run the bus out past these. Do you have any more grenades? Let's grenade.
Craters.
I was gonna say trees, but you know, we can back off some of the trees. Right. And we'll do our first, like our mall and our electronic circuits, our green circuits. Groovy. So can you wire these guys up? I'm going to undo these splits that I did here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blow things up southward because one of the things that we're going to do is split everything before we even get to our bus in order to do sub-bus just for the science. Groovy. Oh, bollocks. Alright, tool belt looks like it's going nowhere, so I'm gonna make another iron run before I go run around and blow up more trees. Groovy. Oh, and the radar is definitely starting to pick up nests. I don't think there's anything actually within pollution range yet. Nope, definitely not. But there are definitely nests to the south, and there are definitely nests to the, like the whole full south, like from the southeast to the southwest, but there's also nests to the west and the northwest. So, things to be aware of. Up by where you're starting the bus, go ahead and like maybe drop down one or two turrets. Give them some bullets just in case we have any bad guys want to come visit.
So put the turrets on the west side of the bus?
No, because the bus is going to go through, you know, up to the top and bottom of the bus, really, right?
Okay.
In fact, I think I'm going to put a turret up. Here-ish. Yay for bullets. Bullets are important. Alright, I got our science up and going again. That's a good and important thing. I should have grabbed inserters while I was there. Do we have a turret? We do have a turret here. Try to put some turrets up. kind of an art form to be able to blow up trees without blowing up your stuff or yourself. Oh, I missed one. I'm also like uncovering the iron while I'm at it. I'll go uncover that copper. All this stuff will be necessarily useful to us eventually. Oh, bollocks. How you doing? I don't want to take away the fun job if you want to come blow up some trees.
No, that's fine.
I'm sure Mother Nature will really appreciate it.
I should probably go down and get a bunch of ammo if I'm gonna be making turrets.
Yeah.
Our
And I just recently did it.
Bullet-o-matic is back down by the steam generators.
Yep. Yay for terraforming.
Terraforming?
Something, something. Now, if you research enough grenade damage, you can kill trees in one shot rather than 2 shots.
Enough grenade damage you can what?
You can kill trees in 1 shot? I'm kind of being wasteful. I shouldn't be wasteful with my grenades, but oh well. Dang, my internet is crappy today. I will apologize to my viewers if the video is bouncing all over the place. I keep dropping to like under 10 megabit, and that's just, I mean, that's not good for this size of a stream. So this seems like a vaguely okay amount of space, yeah. Kinda, sorta, mostly. Alright, so we need a ton of assemblers. What is it, 11 assemblers? 11 assemblers. And then a whole bunch of labs, right? Yeah. And then more iron. Grab all the stuff. I didn't mean to grab all that stuff. It's a little better. Groovy. So while I'm building all of that, I can probably hook up a few more miners down here. Get a little more production going. Trying to get the right. Yes. How did I get that thing? Okay. Vaguely okay? That is vaguely okay. Actually, we're going to cancel you. We're going to get up a few more mining drills, and then we're going to get up a few more labs. Okay, you're done. Oh, whoops. Well, we'll teach that later. Are you good? You okay? That'll kind of sort of work for the turrets, at least in the short term. I mean, essentially, as we grow, we need to just push turrets out on our perimeter, right? If they get past our turrets, they start eating everything around them. But for now, that's okay. Now, I've got more mining drills, and I can't tell if my game is... aha! Now, I noticed that the inserters looked a little funny and the mining drills looked a little funny. Go ahead and hover over the electricity. Click on the electricity. You'll notice it's bouncing a little bit back and forth between satisfaction, right? Now the satisfaction is yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That means we're not producing enough energy. Now what it basically does... Uh-oh, okay. I just got an achievement for trigger an alien attack by pollution because it's been that long since I've played freaking... Oh, you can see the little alert down on the bottom side? Did you see it there for a second?
Mm.
That meant that these turrets down here were shooting, and I think if we go down here, we'll find, like, dead bodies of... Were you shooting? Yeah, I don't know.
Iron Throne 1. Produce 20k iron plates per hour.
Yep. Alright, what are we doing? How are we doing over here? This is mostly good. So we are going to need... Let's both of us, while we're at it right now, make 1 boiler and 2 steam engines.
1 more steam engine each?
1 boiler and 2 steam engines.
Ah, okay.
And... Where's my underground pipe? And some underground pipe. I'll make the underground pipe. You don't need to worry about the underground pipe. Now let's see how good I am with my grenading. About here? Nope. Alright, well that's good. Here's a teachable moment. One of the things that you can build is under the production called a repair pack. Repair packs are good. Guess what you do with repair packs?
Fix stuff that you blew up?
Fix stuff that you blew up with the hand grenades, yes.
Or something that's the alien's been chewing on.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when the aliens chew on them, they will kill them, so that's one thing. Now, you get a repair pack. You just left-click on the things that are showing their health bars. You can probably see the health bars disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's it. It's pretty simple. And my pocket is again blipping as I am watching my internet bounce all over the heckin' gone. So for now, we're going to call it here. My name is Mig. I'm joined by my brother Robert. We are 10-7, over and out.
Okay.
We're 10-8. The number is 180 and the letter is G. And my name is Mig and I'm speaking to an empty room and we're still playing Factorio because, woo, Factorio! Alrighty. So we need to get more energy. And so obviously when we're running out of energy, the smartest thing to do is set up some more electric mining drills, right? Because we're mining and we're mining. But we're running a little low on the coal silo, so I'm gonna try to put a little extra juice in the juicer. So we don't want to do this immediately like that. Hold on, give me a second. I got some pipe to grounds. Part of the problem is we can't run through this. Oh, okay, I lie. Well...
You can't run through the side, you can run between.
Yeah, that's not... Yeah, I don't know what you can and can't run between. But what you do need to do is you actually need to run these small electric poles in between. So hold on for a second. If I have... Let me make one piece of pipe. I've got my boiler up, right? Where's my boiler? Alright, if I leave a gap of 1 on my boiler, and I put a flat pipe in here, can I still run between? No, okay. That's crazy talk, yo. So, that kind of settles it. We need to have 1 gap in order to be able to run the power lines between them. So what we want to do is 1 underground. Just like you can have underground belt, you can have underground pipe, right? We got underground pipe up here that allows us to run through up here. There's a mod called Squeak Through where you don't have to worry about stupid things like that, and you can just use a flat piece of pipe and run right through it. But you're going to want to look like that. Do you have underground belt or underground pipe?
I'm making him 1 set right now.
Alright. It's kind of expensive, but it's also kind of necessary, so it's not really an optional thing. Groovy. So I'm going to get my stuff set up. 1 for here, 1 for here. And now I don't really need to use a burner inserter, because hopefully we'll keep enough energy up. Like, we use burner inserters on the bottom too. But these guys should be going good, and apparently nuke somebody's power, so I should do something about that. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. Looks good. But you can kind of see down here on the coal now, the way I've got the coal wired up. Very obviously you would want to use the more complicated belt balancer, right? Because there's 6 on one side and 2 on the other. Or 4 on one side and 3 on the other, depending on how you want to think of sides, but yes. Boom! Alright. How's our power? Back below 50%. That's what we want to see. Unfortunately, we're also out of the iron that we would use to feed our bits. So, let's get you some iron. Everybody else has iron. Right, you just didn't have iron. Alright, so I think I'm going to actually take out this steel production now. Because we have steel production up there. And it's taking away, and it's basically burning off the iron that we want to put into our science production. One of the things you can do is drop coal into things that want to eat coal, so I can drop my excess coal off in there. Groovy. Everything seems okay now. You've got plates. Who's missing plates? Somebody's missing plates. Nope, everybody's got plates. Okay. Groovy. Green's being made, red's being made, everything's fine. Alright, so let's make our actual real beginnings, anyway, of our actual real science area. In our lovely scoured scorched earth, newly or recently defoliated little meadow that we have here.
I'm going to the Dalek day spa. Exfoliate, exfoliate.
Yes, exactly. So 11 assembling machines, although I should get some more pocket. Oh, I can't. Why? Okay, I'm gonna go get resources. Because I gave up all of my iron. We might need to make another iron run pretty quick, but there's a couple hundred iron. There's a couple hundred copper. I have way too much steel apparently. Let's go ahead and dump some of our steel just so we have space. Running out of space. I mean, inventory management is an annoying, I mean, at least in my opinion, inventory management is an annoying part of most computer games. Pretty quickly here, though, we're going to double up the size of our tool belt down here, and that's actually really, really useful. So, other things that we can do is just have more slots for holding stuff, but that's actually more expensive tech. Groovy. So, anyway, what I was doing was I was getting some assembling machines going to replace the ones I'm about to spend. So, standard way we want to do this is we want to make one science bottle for every, how's it I want to do this? We want to make one science bottle for every second, right? So what we can do is we can look at what the sciences are. Let's go ahead and put this here. If you look at the science, whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. If you look at the science requirements, the red science, it takes 5 seconds to make a red science. It takes 6 seconds to make a green science. And it takes 10 seconds to make a military science, right? So what that really means is we're going to want to make 5 assemblers for red, 6 assemblers for green, and 10 assemblers for gray, simply because that's how much they take for each thing, right? So boom, there's a red. Red science. Actually, you know what? There's some little area over here. Let's do red science. Red science is the overwhelmingly easiest science, right? So let's do that. We can take the first one, click it to be red science, right? And then shift click. Why don't you go ahead and make all of the other ones be red science?
So it's control click?
Nope. Control click is for moving items into and out of things. Shift click is for copy and paste. So shift right click to copy, shift left click to paste. There you go. Woohoo! Alright, now what do these guys need? These guys need copper and they need iron gear wheels, right? So they need 1 iron gear wheel every 5 seconds, right? And so since we're doing 5 of them, we're going to need 1 iron gear wheel every 1 second. So if we drop another guy here for making iron gear wheels, if I remember my numbers correctly, you're going to make... Okay, that's bad. That means things are being blown up. Things are being blown up in the middle of the base, right above us, so we need to go there, okay. Do you see where they're on the map? Alright, use your space bar in order to kill him if you see him. There he is. Do you see him? Woohoo! That's what I'm expecting. Little monsters come blow up all our nonsense. Alrighty. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a turret here. Sometimes that's the same thing. Yeah, okay. Sometimes you'll get an alert like after it's all fixed and everything like that. So the first thing we're going to want to do is repair stuff. And get my repair kits out. Yay! Bad guys finally attacked us. I'm going to solve all of it. No. Woo! Alright, so... a little bit got blown up, right? This piece got blown up. This piece got blown up. That piece got blown up. This piece and that piece and that piece got blown up. This piece got blown up. There we go. All right, everything's back to normal now. Groovy. I wonder where they came from. Probably top left. They probably came down through the woods in this direction, right? They probably. So what they did is see the guy in the top left on the mini map. He's gonna go around the corner of the water and then just go at a straight diagonal the moment he's no longer stuck to the edge of the water. So that's probably how they came in, right in that little gap there. So to be honest, what I probably want is I don't want this. What I want is this. Is that enough space for your things? It's not. Let me move it up a little bit further. Probably want this. Hopefully that's good enough. We'll find out. Anyway, this is going to create one iron gear wheel every half second. So he's going to create a gear wheel every 2 seconds, right? So that's more than enough to feed the rest of these guys. So what I'm going to do, let's see. So I need to have belt, right? So this is going to be the inputs. Oh, and now I'm out of belt. So these are going to be the inputs. Let's go run and get belt. I'll race you. Steal all the belt before you do. That's why you can control right click in order to only take half of the belts. Oh, we should get landfill so I can turn that corner. We don't have to run around all this stuff.
Well, tool belt is almost done.
Yeah, I think we can do landfill next. In order to do all those guys. Now we run back over here. Ready for belt.
Oh boy, now I have 800 belt.
Yeah. Which is fine. You'll go through it pretty quick, to be honest.
Yep.
So, what we want to do is... loop-de-loo. Alright, so 4. Alright, so now this guy is going to put his stuff to the outside of the belt. So what we want to do is we want to run copper on the other side, right? So these guys are going to want copper and gears. Right, so let's figure this out. We can do this. And then actually I want it to go up. Let's figure out what we want to research. Grenade damage is cool, but it takes 2 of them.
You said landfill.
Yeah, let's do landfill. That's fine. To be honest, we don't really need anything super much, but green will do us for a while until we get to where we need to do blue.
Do lab research speed after landfill's done.
That's true. Why am I doing this? This is the wrong thing.
Well, while you mess with this, I'm gonna go finish connecting the production lines back up to the main bus.
Sure. And basically I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of the same stuff. And then I wire it up like that. You guys are ready to go. You guys are... Whoops. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. You guys are ready to go. So, I want to get... No, I really do want to get... I want to get an even clickier keyboard. That's fine. No, it's fine. Now this may get in the way of our steel smelting if we need to expand it, but it's fine for now. Running lines around like this is not a super big deal, so that's fine. Alright, so that's our copper line. Oops. Alright, so that is our red science. Oops. Well, almost. We need one more inserter. Groovy. So when all this comes down, we will be generating red science. We also need to be generating green science. So let's also work on the green science. We're going to want 6 items of green science. So we can do that like over here. Maybe, sure. Groovy. Oh, not having long reach makes me very, very sad. Anyway, we're producing 1 red science per second now. Are we producing enough? Are my numbers off? Oh, you know what? You can't feed it quick enough, right? You can make 1 every other second, but you need more. Right. In fact, you need more in both directions, don't you? So that was dumb. I should have put them 1 at a time. Hey, look. You notice there's a second toolbar on your screen now. So now you can click on it just like you can click on the other toolbar, right? But what you could do is if you want to use the number keys, right, you hit the X key and that switches which one is the primary. The one that is connected to your number keys is the one that's on the top. I don't know if you're using your number keys or you're just clicking on everything every time.
Yeah. 1 through 5, and then shift 1 through 5.
Yep, and that saves your bacon. Groovy. So now it's all well and good to want to make green science, but in order to make green science, we have to make that big blob of stuff out there for all of the other things that green science is going to want. So what we can do. Yeah, sure, we'll do it over on this side. So here comes green science.
So this stone and brick on the bus. I'm gonna, if it's okay, swap the stack order and have the stone on.
Yeah, whatever.
Above. Yeah,
anything you want if it's easier that way. You're gonna wind up splitting it all funny once it actually gets out into the bus space anyway. I am out of iron, and I also probably did not want to use all of my fast inserters for those things, so. Let's go ahead and make some slow inserters. Do we have... Oh, I only made 5 of those. God damn it. Who's blowing up now? They got into the center of our base again. Use your space bar. Woohoo! How fun is that? Alright. Repair what you can and then fix what you can't. So that's probably the echo. Yeah, that's just the echo. Groovy. Where did you come from? How did you get in the very center of the base? That's weird. Now, we don't have any defenses out over here, so we probably want to put one here. Here-ish. Right? One... Oh, there's one over there. Okay. That's fine. One here-ish. Let's go back down and get some more bullets. Check on all of our box crafting. We are out of iron as usual. It will be nice when we don't have to worry about this anymore. Groovy, 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 groovy. Now, basically, the science kind of forces you to make the things that you need to make anyway. If you think about it. Oh, you guys blew that up. Oh, that means you came through here and half of our power is out too. That's interesting. How about that? That's good. I think I'm going to run a second line of power. So this power comes up from the bottom, right? I'm going to run redundant power. Just so if one side gets blown up, we can cover. Of course, that means we won't notice if one side gets blown up. But, you know, whatever. That's not what I wanted. There we go. All right.
Okay, I got most of the bus hooked up. I just need to figure out where to steal some coal from.
How do you mean? Oh, yeah. So you can probably split it. Here.
Okay.
And just run that way. I don't like them all up against each other like that, but that's probably the best way to run coal. So I'm trying to remember how this works. I think does it have to be fully spaced? No. You know, that was premature of me. I'm going to keep those guys there. I had started using a lot of fast inserters, but I kind of realized that we don't need to be doing that yet. Eventually, we'll get to where all the fast inserters are useful, but the science really doesn't need the fast inserters except for a handful of things like on the gears. Gears tend to need fast inserters because it eats a lot and poops a lot, essentially. Alright, still working on green science. I guess we can just zipper the belt. Okay, what's missing? Oh. gears and circuits. Damn. Oh, right by you, Robert. Right to your right.
I'm not seeing anything.
You have to look on, like, the mini-map where the little nuclear explosion thing looks. And this is where the guy was before, right? So that's not good. Alright, so I'm gonna actually... That's the echo. I'm gonna actually put up a gun turret here because I'm not sure how he's getting here, and it's better to kill him before he can do bad things. Never meant to do bad things. Never meant to be more than sociable. Alright. Right about where you're standing. Hopefully that's good for now. Gonna set down these wooden chests. Oh, by the way, you can copy and paste chest settings as well. Like, so for the...
Copy and paste what?
Settings on the chests.
Hmm.
Alright, so... If I was a 2, I would go there. All the way down here. Okay, now we have industrial strength, green science. Oh man, in fact, I think what I want to do is let's figure this out because spaghetti. Okay. Actually, while I'm doing that, let's get you guys going. Let's get you guys going. Let's get you guys going. Need. Right, so I think you need the fast inserters on this. Fast inserters on that. Alrighty. Looking like we're running out of time here. Just about ready to start setting up the... Actually, do we want to just do a single line? Yeah, let's just do a single line because it's useful eventually. That's not how I do this. Hold on. Alright, well, we're about out of time. We're going to do... Do you want to do one more after this one, Robert?
Sure.
Alrighty, so we're going to do one more. We'll be back in just a moment. And I will finish setting up the horribly complicated science setting. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Well, my name's Mig. We're 10-7 over and out.